Starfleet intelligence observers reported a possible uprising in Romulan space that could further destabilize the already troubled Empire. Belal is heading off, but to get rid of the Devil, he might be making a deal with the Vector, says one anonymous observer. The commander of the Romulan Second Fleet reportedly met with Sela and some of her exiled followers in the Zeta Volantis system. Following that rendezvous, General Velal gathered a trusted group of ship commanders. Tyrus must be removed for the good of the Empire. Velal's alliance with Sela will give him the ships and weapons he needs to make that happen. We don't want a civil war, but we know that there will be some parts of the fleet that will remain loyal to the Praetor, said a source close to the General Velal. On Stardate 78092.8, Natima Lang is elected as the Castellan of the Cardassian Union. The position puts her on the front lines of foreign affairs, and she steps into negotiations on trade agreements with the Ferengi Alliance and information-sharing pacts with the Federation. I have focused much of my energy these past years inwards. Reconstructing Cardassia Prime was my only goal, but we looked inward long enough. Cardassia Prime needs to build itself a place in the Quadrant just as much as it needs new houses and schools, Lang says after her election. Two Starfleet advancements of note. Lieutenant Commander Naomi Wildman is appointed as second officer of the USS Hathaway, and Miles O'Brien is named head of the Starfleet Corps of Engineers, the first time a non-commissioned officer has held that position. This isn't about rank, it's about talent. Miles is the quintessential engineer, and his talent for making the impossible possible makes him the ideal person for this job. Overshadowing everything in 2401 is the Klingon-Gorn War. Combined Gorn and Nausicaan forces are holding steady, but analysts believe that the Klingons will eventually be able to break through their lines and attack the core worlds of the Gorn hegemony. It's a stalemate right now, but Kila 4 showed us that the Gorn simply don't have enough soldiers and ships to repel the Klingon forever. I'm afraid there will be many more deaths, no both sides, before a resolution is reached, said Apella Luz of the Federation News Network. On Kronos, the Klingon High Council is rocked by the revelation that Councilor Konya is an Undine. What Starfleet intelligence learns about the situation is this. After a night of revelry in the capital city, Konya was walking with two other Klingons back to his lodgings when he was attacked by Lethean mercenaries. The telepathic assault forced Konya to lose his common form, and he shifted until his true appearance. The Undine masquerading as Konya was killed, and his body taken to the High Council chambers. Chancellor Jimpak then strips the House of Konya of its titles and status, and its members are either killed or forced into hiding. It was a witch hunt. I still have a lot of friends in the capital, and they're telling me that Konya's family was hunted down like they were our own Undine. The sad thing is that no one knows how long the Undine had been in Konya's place, or what happened to the original. Did they kill him, or is he stuck in some Undine prison? Says Lord Tourette, a Bajoran who owned a restaurant on Kronos before the Khitomer Accords were dissolved in 2399. While the official Federation position is non-interference, not everyone in Starfleet agrees with this. On Stardate 78733.2, Captain Zachary McAllister disobeys a direct order from Starfleet Command and attempts to take the USS Lindenberg into Gorn space. He wanted to have the Gorn. Captain McAllister kept saying that when the Klingons were through with the Gorn, they'd attack the Federation next, and that we had to stop them before that could happen, reports Ensign Eswa directs. After a tense 3 days traveling through a war zone, the Lindbergh is confronted by a Klingon patrol. McAllister orders his crew to open fire, but instead, the first officer and chief medical officer attempts to remove McAllister from duty and surrender the ship. There is a running firefight through the ship, as McAllister and a few supporters attempt to escape capture. McAllister makes it to a shuttle bay and escapes. He is still a fugitive. A contingent of retired and current Starfleet officers, including Ambassador Worf, Admirals Beverly Crusher, Catherine Janeway, and Chakotay, and retired Captains Ezri Dax and Tuvok appeared to the Federation Council to reconsider its position on the Klingon-Gorn War. The Undine threat is real. The Klingons know it. We should acknowledge it. Perhaps, if we were helping them fight the Undine, more innocent people could be saved. There's a war coming, and it will be a long one. Admiral Chakotay tells the Council. Ambassador Thoket of Vulcan leads the opposition. While we acknowledge and are grateful for the service of these fine Starfleet officers, the threat of the Undine is overstated. I'm sure, given time, that we will be able to come to a peaceful resolution with these observers from a fluidic space. Socket says. Worf writes Federation President Anik Okeg that he can no longer support a regime that willfully ignores dangers and put itself and its citizens in harm's way. He says that he is a Klingon and that he must follow the path of honor.